All right, here we go. Kansas Regional, Event 3, Heat 1. Well, there's only one guy, so Event 3, the only heat. Enjoy.
All right, guys, this is Event 3 of the 2018 CrossFit Regionals. I am going to be doing voiceover for all 6 events I'll be putting on YouTube. This will be the first one I'll put up. The point of the voiceover is I will first off be giving a description of the workout for those of you that don't know what it is, so I'll clue you guys in. Second thing is I'll be talking about why I did the things the way I did it, how I broke it, why I decided to go unbroken on certain things, what I was thinking at that time. So essentially a little bit of a peek into my mindset for each workout. So let's get started. Hey, so first thing is, let's talk about workout description. For time, Event 3 is 9 muscle-ups, a handstand walk obstacle course. We're going upstairs, down a ramp, then up a ramp and downstairs. We're then proceeding to start 36 pistols. This format is repeated 3 times. The muscle-up number stays the same. The handstand obstacle course stays the same. The only thing that changes is the pistols go from 36 to 45 and then to 54. The final round, you actually, when you finish the 54th pistol, you proceed to run to the finish line instead of going back over the handstand obstacle course. That is Event 3. Next up, let's talk about each of these movements, right? So we might as well just get rolling on pistols since that's what we're watching right now, right? So pistols, like honestly, they're a pretty easy movement for myself. I like them in workouts. I enjoy them. They're not that hard. My game plan going into it was just to be smooth and controlled. I wasn't going to go really, really fast on these. There really was no purpose to go super, super fast. I broke them up into 3 segments. I think the actual regionals actually broke them up into maybe 6 segments. I'm not exactly sure. I broke it up to 3 thirds. So obviously I did, here I did 12, 12, and 12 for the first round of 36. For the round of 45, I'll do 15s, and for the round of 54, I will proceed to do 18s. All right, guys, the next movement is the movement that is the biggest delineator, I think, of every movement in this regional, all the regional events. When you heard this movement, the standard of going up ramp, downstairs, and vice versa, you either jump for joy because you spent your off season upside down inverted like Tom Cruise and practicing random stuff with your hands, or you neglected to get upside down like Greg Glassman calls about and talks about in a lot of different old school podcasts, and you did terrible at this. So let's talk about it. So obviously, of course, the first thing you're going to do is kick up, and we've got a stairs up, and then we've got a ramp down, and then a ramp up and stairs down. So obviously 2 different takes at gaining elevation, right? So you're either abruptly gaining elevation via the stairs, or you're not so abruptly gaining elevation by going up a steady slope of a ramp. I know AIA, I believe, is the company that makes the foam ramp for the games, which I'm sure is totally awesome to own, but unfortunately, I don't have a piggy bank that's super swollen, so I built my own ramp, which you can tell if you go back in a couple posts on my Instagram. I believe the ramp I built literally cost me like $200. Of course, it did take like 3 or 4 hours of cursing and throwing tools around, but my buddy and I, Andrew, got it built. The ramp, though, does meet the same specifications that the AIA ramp was used at regionals. You can't really tell from this angle. I'm not trying to hide it. This is the angle I'm working with because of the gym. But there are stairs on the other side. They're actually attached to the ramp, and they are the same measurements as the ramp used at regionals. The only difference between my ramp and the ramp used at regionals is the fact that theirs was foam and mine is plywood that's going to give your hands splinters. So, you know, you win some, you lose some. We saw a lot, watching a lot of the regionals videos, I saw a lot of the guys and girls struggling on the ramp, the stairs, I'm sorry, even though I had seen a lot of Instagram videos of this same person or these same people crushing it up and down stacks of plates, right? So people are always like, well, you know, I practice on stacks of plates and I'm totally cool at it, totally golden at it, but why did I not do so well at the ramp? here's the thing. What you may not think about is the depth related to the stairs versus the depth related to the plates, right? So what's the radius of a plate, right? Oh no, we're totally doing math, this is gonna suck. No, what's the radius of a plate, right? So we're talking like 1 foot to 1.5 foot radius, right? So how long it is from one side to the other side. Okay, 1.5 foot, let's say. The problem is stairs, like the AIA ones at regionals or the ones I built myself, are 8 inches deep. So the problem that occurs is, unless you're super comfortable upside down, having 1.5 foot area of surface area to place your hands and feel comfortable. I mean, you could probably shuffle your hands on there. You feel very comfortable in 1.5 foot worth of space to work with, okay? Your back's not against the wall. The problem is, as soon as you get on an 8-inch deep stair, you don't have a whole lot of room to work with, right? Like, you've got 8 inches, and if you're like me and you have big stinking hands, that's pretty much your whole hand. So your back's up against the wall, and it's a little bit harder getting up those stairs vice getting up plates. So, for future recommendations for people, if you're gonna try and like practice for this ramp and this handstand obstacle that is going to come back, we know it will, best recommendation, build stairs or just use your gym stairs because plates aren't gonna cut it. The last movement we haven't talked about, which is actually the first movement, is muscle-ups. There's only 9 of them. And you might think to yourself, 9 muscle-ups, that's a sneaky joke. I can do that blindfolded with the Macarena playing in the background with a weight vest on. And I'm sure you can. And I totally think these muscle-ups were supposed to be easy, but here's the issue, right? It's super tempting. Essentially what's happening is you are tempted to get 9 muscle-ups unbroken because everyone who goes to regionals can probably do 9 muscle-ups unbroken. But then what happens is you get done and you waste time because you're fatigued from doing that 9. So here's my question, right? I got off at 650 like the clock just said. I got off at 650, I got all 9 muscle-ups, but now watch me waste 25 seconds or 24 seconds standing around probably thinking about water or thinking about Winston or who knows what I'm doing. I'm wasting time before starting my handstand walk. So the real question is, would I have gone faster had I just broke my muscle-ups, been less fatigued, and started my handstand walk earlier? It's a great question. I'm not going to redo this workout and try that. I mean, that's not really worth it to me. I'm sure you can go back and watch film from the regional events and see if that's worth it. I'm sure people have thought about it, and I'm sure people do it. What it really comes down to is how comfortable do you feel upside down? If you don't feel comfortable, then there's no reason in doing 9 muscle-ups unbroken because that'll just going to fatigue you even more, and you might as well save yourself for the movement that's going to give you the most hindrance. And what movement is that? Probably the handstand walk. So that's going to cover it for my commentary for event 3. I hope you've enjoyed it. We've covered the description of the workout itself. We've covered the general layout. We've covered each movement and how I felt about it and how I felt how each movement was nested inside the actual total workout. Again, this was my first event of the day for doing all the regional workouts in a row. The next one I'm going to do is going to be event 2. So head on over to event 2.